I am getting so excited. It is like officially countdown time. I mean, really? All right, here we go. Yes. Yes.
Are those human hair extensions?
Wow. Okay, hold on. We're almost live. It's okay.
I think we're live, but the music.
Oh, there's just no music. There's no music. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, where's our music today? Okay, well, we're totally live. Welcome to the Hey Frase podcast. We don't have any music for some reason. It's all good, though. I'm your host, Sarah Fraser, along with AJ on the mic. We are live in studio, and I am super excited because we have two awesome guests today who are dear friends of mine. And then also they are going to be at this Frabin Bananas wedding that is about to go down August 10th, 2019 in Bristol, Maine. I cannot wait. So my dear friend Pam Dioquino, who you guys know has been my makeup artist for years and years. And Pam and I recently, well, not recently, but when we actually officially met, we met at a nightclub. So like literally, Pam, we were...
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. We were at District Nightclub like 8 years ago.
You used to go out? I love this. I love hearing Sarah went out.
I used to work nightclub gigs.
What?
Oh, yeah. I was there with like DJ Chris Styles. And then Glenda Fu, who actually still works with this podcast, was like, oh, you've got to try this friend of mine who's a makeup artist. She wants to do your makeup. I was like, okay. Pam blew my mind. Like, I think when you have a makeup artist, they should transform you. When I do my makeup, when I have someone do my makeup, I do not want to look like Sarah Fraser. I want to look like a fucking, I better
Sarah,
look
mother,
like
fucking Fraser.
I mean, Elizabeth Taylor meets Angelina Jolie meets Tara Reid. Like, I want some sluttiness. I do.
That worn out. But I like, you want a little bit of like edge in there.
I'm following Tara Reid now on Instagram, and she is my favorite.
Is it like Britney Spears-esque Lindsay Lohan?
Oh, it's so good, yes. And I actually followed Tara Reid because of Heather McMahon's podcast. And
yes.
Heather was talking about how she loves Tara because Tara like doesn't even care about the drug use. There'll just be like
absolutely not
white rings around her nose, and she'll be like, what are you up to today? And it's just like, now I'm obsessed with following her. And it's like a mix of Hollywood slut meets Hollywood glamour. Anyway, no one transforms me like Pam. Pam has worked with everyone from Steven Tyler to Anna Wintour. She's unbelievable. So I wanted to have Pam on and Jof. Oh my gosh, am I going to say it? No. Wait, how do I say it? Hold on. I want to get Jof's correct last name. Hold on. It's Panlaqui. Okay, Jof Panlaqui, amazing photographer who I met at Channel 5. He is on today. The pictures that he takes, again, make me look like Elizabeth Taylor meets Angelina Jolie meets Tara Reid. And I'm telling you, it is so hot. All of our engagement pictures were done by Jof, and these two fabulous, talented people are coming to Maine, but they're also available. You can book them from everything from baby showers, wedding events, personal events. If you want Instagram, I don't even know. I think you're too big now for Instagram pictures, right, Jof? You don't even do that. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, you do. Yeah, rare favors. So they're going to be on in a little bit and talk about everything you need to know to hire a great makeup and hairstylist for your wedding and a great photographer for your wedding. And we're also going to talk some styles and things that we're doing for mine. It's Monday. We're back from the weekend. Of course, you guys know that AJ is on the show. AJ is an impressionist, an aspiring comedian, and tomorrow night is finally your big debut on Bring the Funny.
Yes.
Finally. We've been waiting for this for so long.
Well, they tell you you're going to be on like the first episode. Like they tell everybody that. And then, they email you the night of and are like, hey, what's up? You're not on tomorrow's episode. So I had to wait a whole nother 2 weeks. Finally, it's here. We're going to do a watch party and I'll also go live so you guys can see that, just my initial reaction to the completely embarrassing performance that I give. I mean, it's a great performance, but it's just I'm dressed as fully not me. So to be in full Chad attire is just going to be interesting.
I cannot wait. That is the first character that you come out and see Kenan Thompson and Jeff Foxworthy and Chrissy Teigen in.
Correct.
Oh my gosh. This is so exciting. Are you nervous to see how they edit you?
Completely. Because as I've been watching the first and 2 episodes, sometimes they'll just cut people's act off and not even depending on whether they make it to the next round or not. They're just like, yeah, it wasn't funny, or I think it was all funny, but I don't think there was any rhyme or reason why they cut it.
See, now I've been watching, Jackie, I don't know about you, but I've been watching, and I have to say, they're very nice to everybody. I mean,
They are.
I think the days of them actually being really critical don't exist, which kind of bothers me. You know what I mean?
Oh, you want to be like a Simon Cowell.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, not even like, I want constructive criticism. Like, you're there, right? Did they give you any constructive criticism? Because I would think for someone like you want to know the path to making it.
Right.
But it seems like for the show, they're just like, great job. I was so entertained. Oh my God, great job. You know, like,
yes,
it seems all so positive.
Yeah, I definitely got criticism, and from, I think, mostly Keenan, which of course I took to heart because he's like the big sketch artist and that does a bunch of characters. So definitely took his advice, and that made me change my whole second round. They have you plan out every single round, regardless of whether you know whether you're going to make it. So I had already written out a whole script. I had memorized lines for round 2, and I completely, changed my train of thought when he spoke to me.
That would be.
But the rest of them, Chrissy's like the sweetheart, and then Jeff Foxworthy, he said like 2 words to me. But mostly it was Keenan being like, "Let me take over." Like he like made the big.
But that was most important to you.
Exactly. I mean, also Chrissy Teigen. It's Chrissy Teigen. Well, yeah. I was like, "What do you want to say, Chrissy?"
So tomorrow night, do you just do Chad, or do you go into some other characters?
Definitely have to watch, but there are a couple other characters mixed in there. And the way I did it was a little interesting. It's not me on stage, as I was fully Chad the whole time, but I mix in my social media because that's how I was found, was Instagram. Oh. So I used that aspect. And I actually recorded on the lot, like some of my characters. They let me go onto Paramount or Universal lot to do a whole scene. So that was cool. That was like my moment. So I'm posting a behind the scenes video tonight, just like more of like what it was to make my first round performance. So
did you have like a certain length that everyone had to fill for the?
Yeah, and I always went over. So it's like 5 minutes, and then they're like, cut it down to 3.5.
That's good though. Most people struggle to have like enough to fill 5 minutes.
Yeah,
right. I guess if you're doing stand up, I wouldn't know what the hell. Yeah, stand up is still really hard for me. So the characters, that's easy. You just do character work for 5 minutes, but of course they have to cut it down. Like my producers were like, cut it down, too long.
Wow.
Like, how do you get one joke or like multiple jokes in 3.5 minutes? It's so hard. But regardless, super excited.
Okay, well, we're finally going to see her tomorrow night. AJ on the mic. You need to be following her on social media. It's NBC's Bring the Funny. It's on 10 p.m. I'm going to be honest. That's a tough one for me.
Like,
I haven't seen 10 p.m. since I got wasted in front of my mother-in-law. Like I was
so pissed that you chose that time to get wasted. Like I was like,
Me too. Believe me, if there's one regret heading into my wedding, it's getting schmammered in front of my mother-in-law and Dan's family. I'm currently writing a 1 minute, or not a 1 minute, but a one woman stand-up 5 minute act on getting wasted in front of your mother-in-law because it was like a horrible situation. It wasn't just getting wasted. It was then smoking menthol cigarettes, blowing cigarette smoke in the 6-year-old face, telling her to scram, and then pulling at this woman's medical marijuana pipe and trying to like take rips off it. It was awful.
So when you do rehash this, I want you to be pregnant, like do it Ali Wong style, and then nobody gets mad at a pregnant woman. Like, because you just got to be pregnant, and then your mother-in-law can't be mad at you because you're pregnant with her child's baby.
I think
with her
she's
grandchild.
Still mad. Like
she's still gonna be pissed.
Oh, I think
when you're with child, have a contraction on stage. Be like, ah.
I keep waiting. I think she's probably called Dan and told Dan not to marry me. Like, I mean, I was insane.
No.
I did. The next day I went and apologized. It went sort of okay. But then the following day I was so upset. I was like, I love Dan, as you guys know, so much. Like, I want no like drama between families. Like, I want everybody to get along. I love my in-laws. So I was like, started crying. I was just like, oh my God, I'm sure you think I'm some alcoholic nut. And she was like, well,
yes, we do.
She was like,
that's exactly what we think.
I'm not sure if I would have phrased it that way, but yes. I was like,
she has like
God.
a clean mouth.
You guys, I turned up so inappropriate. Why didn't I save that for you? I turned up the most I've turned up like in 8 years in front of my mother-in-law. I gave the entire bus lap dances and it was all women.
That's hot.
You guys, I was Cardi fucking B out there and I can't rap 3 words.
I was really impressed with all your Caucasian family members, like rapping some OG lyrics, like straight up.
Oh, they're from Detroit. You know, they're like,
oh, shit. They're about to get motherfucking town, yo.
They're like East Side Detroiters. They're like, oh, Eminem, we got you.
Like white girl. They all probably looked at you like, shut up.
Oh, I'm over here like, can you guys play Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus? And they're like, fuck you, bitch. MC Hammer. They're like Warren G, about to whatever. They knew all the Warren G songs.
Are you serious?
Hell yeah, I'm serious.
I saw one video clip. I mean, you were really social media up. I was like, she's gonna drop her phone in a puddle. Like you.
No,
like,
that one chick. That one chick on social media that I put on social media, she rapped along to every song. She knew every lyric. Like literally, they put on every 90s song, and she was like, "Oh my God, salt and pepper. Boom. What a man. And she like knew every. I was just like, okay.
Okay.
Guys, don't get drunk in front of your mother-in-law.
Now,
it's such a bad move. Unless you have like a mother-in-law that smokes weed and is down for that.
And some
Mine
of us
are
do.
not.
Some of us do.
I know a lot of moms like
Do
that.
you? You do?
Yeah.
Whose mom here like does it? Who's
Well, not
mother-in-law?
my mom specifically.
We
but-
weren't talking about my mom. Now, my mom.
And also, I will not have a mother-in-law for a very long time, so...
Jackie's going to be the first one to get married. She's going to get married before your ass there. She's going to like head on to Vegas for your bachelorette party, get hitched.
Jackie, it's true. You're what, 23?
21.
Oh, shit. Oh,
She thinks I'm so old.
sorry. The alcohol's really aging you. You know, sometimes I'm like, oh, 23.
Oh, no, I'm the alcoholic.
Jackie, you're so hot, by the way. You know, I know we shouldn't be like sexualizing people on this show, but Jackie today is wearing this short leather, like snakeskin skirt, and then you have this tight, like tucked in black top, and your tits are huge. And they used to call you back in the day, what, Jackie Big Tits?
Yeah.
JBT. I mean,
You're making Jof uncomfortable in the studio right now. Although, yes, Jackie's extremely hot.
Jackie, you're so hot. And everybody, by the way, on here thinks you're super hot. LMFAO.
Now this doesn't give her the, like, yes, no, give us a profile so we can actually see the profile of the tits, because right now we can't see anything. There we go.
Look, Jackie's turning to the side. She looks gorgeous. By the way, we always stream live on YouTube. Monday and Wednesdays.
Gotta show them what you got.
Jackie, they look enormous.
Right? Well,
My God. Jackie, you are going to be our spokesperson for this podcast. We're going to redo the graphic, and we're just going to have Hey on one boob and Frase on the other. We are. That's it. That
Wet
is our-
t-shirt, wet t-shirt contest.
Yes.
oh, God.
Sarah, let's all have a wet t-shirt
Getting hot
contest.
in here.
Oh my God, great. Like mine will be one sagging nipple pointing downward and the other up. Awesome. What am I going to win? A fucking Senior Frog shot glass that's like chipped. Here to the woman with the
Senior
saggiest breasts. Like, I mean.
No. Save this energy for this weekend. Now, your friends, we've scrounged together 5 cents, and we've been able to put together a little bachelorette party.
Oh my God. How many people are coming, by the way? 5?
Well,
It's only like 5.
after 6 cancellations, I think that brings us to 4. Yeah, so you, Liz, our amazing saleswoman, Jackie, and me.
Okay, this is crazy. So after these shenanigans, and you guys all know this story now with my mother-in-law, okay? Then I think like in my, apology speech, I was like, okay, I'm not going to drink anymore. Meanwhile, everyone back here is organizing another drunken bachelorette party.
That's right, bitch.
Everyone is expecting me to turn all the way up for on Saturday night.
And I swear, if you don't bring out those Marlboros, I'm gonna be pissed. if I don't see you puffing on that jewel, I'm gonna be pissed.
I love to puff on the jewel. I mean, I am so about that jewel. I am. What is with me though?
These days,
But here's the thing: people in Dan's family were like, "Girl, you're not 25 anymore, bitch. Like you're now getting closer to the 40 mark. Why the fuck are you turning up so crazy?"
And what
I'm
did you
like,
tell him? You're as young as you feel.
Well, what am I supposed to say to him? I've already got 3 therapists. I guess I need a 4th therapist. Like I don't know what.
I guess you need to schedule an AA class.
I was trying to go through the list of things that I've already. Okay. Oh my God. Mindful eating training, mindful eating therapy, couples therapy, single therapy. Now I've attended AA meetings. I'll go back to AA. Al-Anon. How many more are there left for me to do? My plate is full with all these meetings I have to go to, and none of them are working.
Your Catholic classes, schedule those in.
My God, I mean, all the priests lecture me. Nothing helps. What are you doing? You just misbehave.
All right. You can sober up a little bit this weekend, but I'm expecting at least like 4
don't want
drunk
to.
hours.
Give her that pass.
Let me tell you,
You're right.
I
You're right.
hit that jewel 3 or 4 times with that medical marijuana. I've despite the damage that I did, I woke up the next day feeling the best I'd ever felt. I was like, I'm on 10.
See,
I
that's what I'm
felt
saying.
so good. I was like, why haven't I been hitting more medical marijuana this entire time? I've got migraines. I could get the prescription.
Exactly.
I was feeling great.
Yes.
Now, meanwhile, I mean, the camp was like turned upside down. There was unrest, but I was like,
Meanwhile, there was trouble in paradise over at the Raven Fams, but hey.
my husband is so in for it. I just look at him now. I'm like, I feel so bad for you. Like, what is the next 20 years going to look like? A lot of mess.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Yeah, okay.
A party.
Oh my God, I'm telling you. Anyway, that was so we have a bachelorette party coming up this weekend. Also, we'll have Jof and Pam on here in a few minutes. I did want to tell you too, we have a great pineapple mail. So pineapple mail is all of listeners' submission questions. And I'd actually be curious, since Pam and Jof work in the wedding industry, a woman wrote to us. She is divorced from her husband. And she kept his last name. They got divorced a couple years ago. She's young. She's like our age, 30s. She built her entire business on using this last name. Now he's getting remarried to a different woman, and the other woman wants her to get rid of his last name. No longer wants it. So what does she do?
Keep it.
Really?
I say keep. Her business is aligned with the
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, we'll.
Sorry, she got to that man first.
Sorry if their butt hurt. Yeah. She changed her name first.
We have opinions on this.
Jay Smooth says, Jackie, oh my God, you look so great. Flaunt them while you still look good. Well, she's only 21.
My God, she's got a while to go.
Well, you still look good.
Jesus. Like, when does gravity hit, Sarah? I'm directing it at Sarah.
Does anyone else?
Sarah's like, I don't know. Anyone else have a clue?
I don't know. I'm just beginning to feel myself. I'm like, are you kidding? I want to wear less clothes now. When I was like 27, I mean, I was 200 pounds. I had like 18 layers on. Now I'm out here
rip those clothes off.
Yes. Now I'm out here feeling myself. I'm like, oh, I could fuck somebody 22. Let's go. I'm getting married, though. I'm getting married. It's all good.
Right. Okay. Right.
Those are just fleeting podcast thoughts.
Slowly.
Bring it in. We've got 3 weeks left, so, you know.
Travis, by the way, says LMFAO to getting wasted in front of my mother-in-law. I would have loved to have been there to see that. I would have turned up with you as well, Sarah. Well, believe me, I could have used someone
made
to
you
turn
look
up.
way better. Like, I would have.
That would have been really helpful. That would have been really, really helpful. I had like this white dress on. The next day, it was like completely stained brown. I'm like, did I shit myself too? Like, what happened?
We had like a little photo shoot after, and your legs were all bruised. And I was like, that's a sign of a good time.
I look like I ran through a rose bush with a ton of thorns 18 times. My legs were scraped the hell up. It's like a cat just clawed up my leg all afternoon.
They were looking rough.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't even know. And then they're all coming to me. For what? I mean, what am I going to do? I mean, I got to be on my best behavior for this wedding. Hey guys, great to see you. Guys, remember the last time I saw you when I turned the fuck up, smoked weed, blew it in everyone's face, and then peaced out and shit myself on the bus?
This is what you do. You sweeten them
Welcome
up.
to the family.
Welcome to the family. Aren't you going up a little bit earlier to like get everything ready, like last minute wedding? Okay, so just like be the nicest you possibly. Or are they coming in way later?
No, they're coming in like around the same time, like Wednesday before the wedding.
You got tons of time.
Time to bond.
Time to bond.
Bandage it up.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, to be fair, there was another part of the story where I was in serious bitch mode.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh.
Yeah. Well, no, I was kind of telling this, but there was a woman who was a friend of my sister-in-law's who they're very dear friends. She was taking videos the entire time. That really bothered me. Then I like ended up telling her off, which was terrible because I think she didn't even know that I didn't want videos to be taken because I never said anything. It was just really bad. It was like, it just kept getting escalated. It just really did. And then I then I saw the 6-year-old. I was like, get out of here, scram. And then I took a big drag off my menthol. It was really bad. It was just really bad.
Where did the 6-year-old? Oh, there were kids there. Like just
yes. Well, because it's a family vacation, but I missed the family part. I just thought that we were on vacation.
She was her vacation and said, let's go.
Take a hike, kid. Yeah, exactly. What do you want? Get out of here. This will be you in 25 years. This is your future.
Not looking very
no one
bright.
thought that. I do apologize to the 6-year-old next day. I was like, hey, do you remember when you blew cigarette smoke in your face? That was not right.
Sorry about that.
I can't. Okay, we got to move on. Oh my God. Look, we got to thank a couple of our sponsors. And if you want to hang out with this hot mess that we are, Hot Mess Express, we might change the show to that.
Hot Mess Express.
I like that.
There we go.
We could become the Hot Mess Express, and then it's just tales of Sarah, Age, and Jack, and the Madster.
Would we
That's
have
our
any
intern.
sponsors that would want to be in line with somebody called the Hot Mess?
I think the Hot Mess Express,
Cool.
absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, 100% we can get sponsors. If Howard Stern can still get sponsors, we can get sponsors.
That's a good point.
There.
And I'm going there. I'm comparing ourselves to Howard. I don't care.
Mixed with Oprah, because we got to have that little inspiring.
Well, we need inspiration because we get low, like when we have these drunken moments, and we need to know that, there's another path. Like a path.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
Yeah, a path of kindness and love and redemption, hopefully for us. So that's what we have to mix it in. Look, Ume Sushi is over at Arlington, and this Thursday night, if you want to come have happy hour with us, the entire Hey Frase team is going to be there starting at 4 p.m. Ume Sushi is at 2121 North Westmoreland Street in Arlington, Virginia. It is completely free. It is open to the public. Come have a drink. We're kind of doing this as like a Hey Frase pop-up podcast bachelorette happy hour. So we're keeping the party going. As you can see, we've learned no lessons. So we are going to have that happy hour on Thursday. You can join us. There's a Facebook invite group. If you want to be a part of it, just go to Hey Frase Podcast. You can RSVP there at the invite. Also, we got a welcome on board, and I'm very excited about this because life insurance saved my family's life. Alex and An from State Farm Agency, they service the entire DMV from car insurance to life insurance, are a brand new sponsor of the Hey Frase Podcast. Thanks to you guys and your support and downloading this podcast, we are getting new and amazing sponsors. They're a husband and wife duo with their own State Farm agency, offering financial planning and insurance of all types. They are a very reputable organization with State Farm, and State Farm, of course, is widely known for their amazing auto and home insurance. So for me, Dan is going to get life insurance, short-term, long-term disability, and then you guys know my father passed away when I was in high school, and that is how my mom literally lived. Without his life insurance policy, she would have been, because she was a stay-at-home mom. They were little, small town Maine people. That is like how she did it. And my dad had short-term and long-term disability when he got sick. So it is so, so, so important. You can go and email Alex at alextheagent.com or for a consultation, 703-524-1976. And then Dan and I are going to be taking you along our journey of getting Dan life insurance, short-term and long-term. I want to ask you guys a couple of things, feedback on stories and see what you all think. So did you guys see the guy in Assateague, Maryland, who was kicked in the crotch by a horse on the wild horses?
Okay.
After he tried to pet one of them? Did everyone see this video?
I'll try to pull it up, but I have one thing to say. I want to give my opinion, then I'm going to give it over the floor to Jack. But he's a robot because literally gets jackhammered to the testicles, doesn't even grab them, just like falls down, gets right back up. It's like, okay, Area 51 has released aliens. Who is not grabbing their balls after that? I've literally tapped Schmiggy's balls. She's like, oh my God.
I agree.
But honestly, I've watched men writhe in pain on the floor. I'll get this video up for you guys.
He's also thrown across the beach.
Thrown. And he doesn't even grab for his crotch. The Speedo-clad man ignored warnings. Now, I've never been down to Assateague, so I think AJ has.
Yes. It's a wild horse refugee where a bunch of horses run free right on the beach and you are not supposed to interact with them. There's signs everywhere that say, hey, asshole, don't touch the wild horses. They're wild.
Yeah.
So this dude's like...
The wild horses.
Like, I'm gonna go pet its back leg. Out of everything. He doesn't even touch it that much. It skims his hand.
They've been roaming the island since the 1600s, and they do not like to be approached, despite all of the signs warning people to stay 20 to 40 feet away from the horses. This gentleman goes right up and tries to pat it. As he's patting it, the horse turns towards him and kicks him right in his Speedo-clad crotch. It is unbelievable. I can't. I wonder what kind of damage that poor guy was done.
You know what?
Post-show.
Nothing, because maybe he was trying to put on a show for everybody.
AJ's queuing it up right now, so we can see it if you're on the YouTube live stream, and if you're not, you can always hop on the live stream later. It's just Hey Frase, subscribe on YouTube. So I want to play this video because it is shocking. Shocking that he was okay. Oh,
He makes
God,
no
maybe,
reaction.
Are they little horses? Maybe they're smaller horses than what we think.
Absolutely not. I've been kicked by a horse in the leg.
Were?
Yes.
When?
Oh,
here we go. Here we go. Oh my God. Replay. Here we go. He's trying to pet it. Oh, right in the crotch.
Okay. This man is thrown across the beach, gets up. Just another
Shakes
day
it
in
off.
Assateague.
Shakes it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Maybe they're. Oh! Is anyone else dying? That man must be speaking at a different decibel now. Just like, hi. Hi. Jonathan Thompson here. Like, what?
Just like,
Jonathan.
Right. You mean he was tortured so bad that he now speaks English, an English accent?
That horse kicked a ball right back inside him. Oh, I now have an inverted testicle thanks to Assateague.
Wait, was he Australian or English before this? I guess this is a foreign tourist.
Yeah, foreign
tourist. He does.
What
wears Speedos? Who wears Speedos?
American do
Europeans.
exactly?
You're right.
Europeans. Yeah.
You know what? And they're probably he must be from Australia. Just there's animals everywhere. They're just one with the land. He's I know here. This is another horse I know. Also, you do not. Why do you think?
Okay.
No, so okay. Here's a rule of thumb: you never approach an animal from the backside when they're not looking at you because they see you as prey. I used to work at a horse camp.
What? How did I not know this about you?
Were you the horse girl?
I was pretty much the horse girl.
You know how there's
Except
always a
I never
horse
knew
girl?
how to like ride the horse. I always found it like a little uncomfortable. I was like, honestly, like I was like, Mom, I don't like how we ride horses. It was a little weird for me. I developed really late.
So
I used to work at a horse camp.
That.
Yeah, so we would pick their hooves and we learned like horse 101 basically. And number one rule is like never touch them from the behind because their back kicks are like
brutal.
a car. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway,
What'd you do to get
lesson.
kicked?
You just literally hit it at a wrong angle with their like hooves.
Oh, and then the horse kicked
Yeah,
you.
no, it wasn't as severe. It was like a light, like I had moved out of the way, so it kind of just like grazed it. But the really like well-known counselor in the camp, she had a bruise from literally her groin to the kneecap.
No,
like
thanks.
that's how big it was. So this
down
man's
with
an
the
idiot.
horses.
Anyway,
Moving on.
Jonathan?
what?
Jonathan Thomas here. Used to speak like a man, but now
Oh my lord, it's so hot in
Oh,
here.
it's
Babe.
so
hot.
When you
it's
turn off the air
1,000
conditioner.
degrees at Podcast Village.
Sarah loves it.
Oh, 1,000 degrees. How do we feel about these Macy's plates that have now been pulled? These Macy's plates were plastic plates that had a line on the outside that said mom jeans, favorite jeans, skinny jeans. And they were supposed to be portion control plates. They're called Portions is the company. Macy's has now pulled the product. After after several tweets went out, Allie Ward, a science reporter and podcast host based in Los Angeles, was walking by Macy's store on 34th Street in New York City when she saw the plates in a display window. Ward was taken aback by what she saw as body shaming messaging, especially for people who struggle with their weight for having eating disorders. It's such a gross statement and also very out of touch. The plates have been pulled. And on the company's website, they're like all down with it. Portions did not respond immediately to requests, but the brand provides the following statement on their websites. Walk down any street today and one thing becomes immediately clear. We have really let ourselves go. Waistlines are exploding like the national debt. Arteries are jammed like Grand Central Station at rush hour. And there are plenty of helpings of blame to go around. Fast food, slow metabolism, excessive elbow bending. Portions was created to help you take back the power and counter the unhealthy trend. What do we think? Offensive?
If you
Super
serve
offensive.
yourself the amount of food that it's saying the skinny jeans, that's just sad.
That's like an apple. That's like a few apple
That's
slices.
like 3 carrots.
I'm with this woman. I think that's pretty tasteless that Macy's would sell it. If they want to sell it on their own website, I think that's fine, but no. I mean, that is total body shaming, and their message is the worst. I mean, are they comedians? Like, is it supposed to be tongue in cheek? What does the other one say? Food
coma or foodie.
Oh, food coma or
It's
foodie.
just doesn't really make sense.
I'm surprised in this day and age that Macy's would even sell them. I really am.
Everyone's offended now.
But you're not that offended, right?
No,
You're not.
that's horrible. There's some people that can't they have portion control. Like
Right. Yeah, right. I mean, you emotionally eat. That's why. I agree. I mean, but I don't
choice
get
on
like so
Macy's.
offended. I mean, I'm not like, I don't get that offended anymore.
well, I constantly overeat and I get like super upset. But when the food's good, the food's good. I'm gonna have 2 plates. I'm at this level. I'm looking at what's past mom jeans, like just grandma girdle. Like that's the stage I'm at.
Rascal. What? Like that should be like the 2 plates. Been there. I know.
Rascal. What is this?
Like a rascal. You know, people like when they're at like people of Walmart, they get on their rascals. Like, because sometimes you, unfortunately, you get so large, like you can't walk anymore. You get on the rascal. Yeah.
I had no idea it was called that.
Yeah.
Here we are
absolutely.
shaming this, and we're only just like adding to it. You know,
No, I think it's a bad idea. I think I'm surprised that a brand like Macy's would sell them. I am. Very. No, I wanted to just want 2 quick stories. The comedian who did a joke. How do we feel about this in New York City? Did you see this story? This has been going kind of viral. But there's a comedian who's now getting a ton of backlash and death threats after she made a joke about murdered former rapper XXXtentacion. and his death. Okay. So she is a Muslim comic. She was playing the Comedy Cellar in New York City, Dina Hashem. She was doing a Netflix special, and she did a joke essentially that XXXtentacion was murdered. Very sad that he passed away. But when he died, he had $50,000 in cash and was going to buy a brand new car. And she was making a joke that essentially it should be a Venmo commercial. Because for Venmo, that like, why are you carrying cash? You should Venmo. What do you think? So, but a lot of comics are coming to her defense, saying that people, and I'm not doing the delivery of the joke justice at all. I think when she delivers it, it's not as jarring as when I say it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
You got to the punchline way sooner.
But this is where I'm so torn. Like, I think the plates are so insensitive, but then I'm like, she's a comic at a Comedy Cellar where, that place is supposed to be, you're supposed to almost be offensive if you're a good comedian to some extent, or really on that line.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think? A lot of comics coming to her defense, but she got destroyed, by the way. And she's asked Comedy Central to take down the clip that was on the website because she's been getting death threats.
This kind of joke, as an aspiring stand-up myself, well seasoned, obviously, I would say that you should. This is a kind of joke that you would test out, in the open mics with like 10 people there, not the Comedy Cellar, which is like one of the most well-known names in New York City. So that's my only thought. But this is a little jarring, but. Then again, like the only way to really get known in comedy is to kind of start off with one of those really offensive jokes and then
that's
go
true,
from
like
there.
Michelle Wolf-esque. I don't know though. I didn't find her stuff offensive at all.
Well, that's because her voice is jarring alone. So you're like, won't be listening to that Netflix special. I don't know. Those are my thoughts. But yeah, talking about death is a little bit iffy,
especially when it's like attached to a specific person. Like
Right.
I feel like people make jokes about death and stuff.
But then my thing is, I do kind of agree with the comics that are defending her, because it's like, well, then isn't that comedy? You know what I mean?
Itself, right.
And isn't there comedy in tragedy? And she's not making a joke about his murder. She's making a joke about the fact that he had money in the car and the situation.
Right.
Okay. There's a gray area.
Yeah.
Thoughts? I mean, I just, this is the thing. I don't know. It's so hard to know because I'm not offended, but
especially at this day and age, we are literally going to shows to just like kind of forget about like the world a little bit. And so, I mean, death is a part of the world, yes, but I think that these are the things we just kind of have to.
Well, Corinne Fisher, Guys We Fucked podcast, when they were here, I hosted their book signing. I like her a lot. She did a really just very strong opinion in defending Dina that feels as though people need to understand when they come to comedy shows that you have to stop being offended. Like, that's what a comedy show is. If you don't think you can handle it, don't come to the comedy show.
My mother,
stop trying
easily
to
offended.
Really?
Don't
go
up
to the comedy show. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And do you think we'll ever get to a place where you can just click on? Like, if you don't like the joke, like you can just click
maybe
on. But
it's
anyway,
like
the
a
mob
silent
is like
disco,
coming for her. Yeah. And that's a whole nother issue. Yeah.
But yeah, comedy shows in itself, there's going to be one offensive joke. Isn't she Muslim?
She's Muslim, yeah.
She probably was like, I'm tired of doing Muslim jokes. Bomb on a plane. So she just like headed on over to XXX. So it's like,
bomb on a plane. Speaking of our own offensive. Yeah, I agree. I would love to know people's opinions. A lot of people defending her though. She's getting a lot of support. I think people have had it with the, mob police coming all the time. All right, look, I want to get Pam and Jof on here. We're so excited to have them in studio. They've both been dear friends of mine. If you follow my Instagram, which is @Hey Frase, you can see a lot of their work. Pam Dioquino is a well-known makeup artist in the DC area and beyond. Like I said, she's done makeup for Steven Tyler, Anna Wintour, many, many other celebrities. And she's coming to my wedding to do my makeup and hair for not only me, but for my mom, my niece, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, everybody. Pam, come on over, slide on over. We're gonna have you on the mic. Jof, come on over too. And Jof is here. I'm obsessed with Jof, who I met at Fox 5, who's absolutely amazing, and I keep destroying his last name. Panlaqui. Yes. So Jof is here. Unbelievable photographer who also shoots for some very famous people, some Redskins wives, some Redskins players. So you two are going to be working my wedding in less than 2 weeks. Or like 2 weeks from now. Can you believe it?
I know. We're so excited.
Yay!
We're bringing the whole family.
We're bringing the whole You're bringing your whole family, your gorgeous daughter, Luna. Jof is coming. You're coming with your photog assistant.
That's correct, yes.
So, all right, you guys, before we talk inspiration for my wedding, a lot of people, it's been fun to put this process out here because people have shared what's worked for them in the process, but also have asked for like tips on how do you hire a great hair and makeup artist for your wedding? Because the makeup to me is like the most important part. And will sound shallow, but I literally said to Dan, I have to get married based on the date that Pam is available.
You did say that.
That was me.
That was a true text. I have receipts.
You were literally my first text. I'm like, because we just decided, we've been together 6 years. We're like, we're doing it this summer. We're getting married. I go, but it has to be on the weekend that Pam is free.
It's so true. It's a daunting process for sure, and I've been in the wedding industry for a very long time, and I think with social media and Google, it gets a lot easier. But I think the first place to really start with anything is like to go to your friends and family who's been married before. I think they're they're like the immediate contact person that you need to.
And why is that? To ask them for a recommendation of someone that they love for hair and makeup, or?
Well, most likely you've attended that wedding. So you saw that artist's work like live. So it's really important to like actually see how it like lives throughout the day. So like you just know how that makeup progresses through the day. So I think it's important to start there for sure.
Okay. So ask for family and friend recommendation.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Then, how does it usually work with makeup artists? Because like you're just this one woman, incredible person, but you can't do like 10 or 15 people. So do you work, if I had a wedding party of 8 people, which I don't, but do you work with another makeup artist? How do you do it if you've got a wedding party of say 12?
Right. So for me personally, because I pretty much do everything myself, I don't take on large wedding parties.
Okay, gotcha.
Most of the time I key my own bridal parties. And then if I have like people that I trust, and I do, I'll bring them to kind of help and assist. But I think it's very important for brides to ask the makeup artist if they have a team to like fulfill however many people that are on their wedding party. Otherwise, you're going to have to hire outside of your artist that you want for your wedding. And it gets into a place where like, it's chaotic scheduling all those people at once. Can you imagine having like 3 different companies scheduling them? So that gets tricky. So I personally like to kind of keep a small group and then kind of assess like my own party.
And then how do you do it? I mean, obviously you and I have been working together for a long time. So we sort of have a vision. We have this familiarity with each other. So it's like, I always just trust like Pam is so like on point with trends. And, so when Pam sends me stuff, I'm like, oh my God, yes. Because I know you and I sort of have this vision. But if I wasn't so lucky to have you and you're trying to work with a makeup artist, do you recommend going and do you do like a lot of run-throughs with brides before, like a test? What would people need to know or ask?
I think one of the biggest mistakes you can do as a bride is not have a trial. It definitely gives you like a lot of anxiety not knowing like that person, like 80% of it is really like that relationship and the rest is the artistry. So it's very important to have like that vibe and the same aesthetic and just to know that you guys are like aligned with the vision, because then you're comfortable with that person's going to get you, that person will get your family. So it's really important to have a trial just to really build that relationship. And that day of, things will change. Like certain looks will change, your mind will change, certain things will change, but it's good to have like that hands-on feel with your client and build that relationship from like your trial to the day of. So that's a really important like thing to do with anybody that you hire for your wedding.
And you and I talk about this, but I'm always fascinated on the day of, because you're trying to match and do many personalities, including the bride. But you say like a lot of people don't want to go all in glam. Like a lot of people with makeup artists will say, I want to look natural, which is absolutely bananas to me. Like, I don't know who, like, I want you to transform my mom, my mother-in-law. Like, I want these people to be like the most beautiful, like trumped up self, like just this gorgeous version of it, Yeah. So what do you say to that?
I think a lot of that has to do with like wanting to look like the same person. Like they want to look recognizable on their day of, and they don't want to vary from what they normally look like. But you're a personal figure, right? And you always have amazing like looks for your shows. So I feel like we have to keep in line with the things that we've done in the past. And yes, it's a wedding, but like I know your personal tastes. Like you love to be glam. So I need to bring like it. Okay.
All the hair extensions.
Everything.
All of it.
I know. And we're like, I'm so excited for the whole completed look just because with the dress and everything.
I just brought in the hair extensions. We just ordered extensions. We're going to go with that look.
Okay.
AJ wants them.
I want them so bad. Like,
Do these match your haircut? No, they're like too light,
those
right?
are the same ones I think I got.
Really?
I think this might be
Wait,
too
do you
light.
have them on now?
I don't have them on.
Okay.
But I think this might be a little bit lighter than I did. But I want you to do hair extensions. I've said it from the beginning.
We got a t-shirt.
You're gonna look so. I can't wait.
I am dying. I'm so ready.
Yes.
I'm
Wedding.
so dying.
So
I
we're gonna.
know.
Do you guys have the look already that you're doing?
We do have the look. We have a vision. It's very old Hollywood glam.
my gosh.
Kind of with long hair. I have a veil. We're not putting out the veil or the
Don't
dress.
talk too much. Oh no.
Because
Yeah,
everyone's seen the
surprise.
old dress. And let me just tell you, the new dress is a huge
Yes.
departure from that. That was, P.S., I can't even give that dress away.
Did you sell the old dress?
I'm desperately trying. And I've
Yes,
had like
nobody
two
wants it.
people.
How many interests?
People are like, is the shipping going to cost more than this entire dress? Like people
That's
are
true.
like,
They're like worried.
Yeah, no,
They're
this-
probably not going to wear it for a wedding.
this
They'll
chick in
probably-
Australia was like, do you think that this is going to cost more to ship it than what it's worth? I'm like, girl, I don't know. Do you want it? Do you not? Offer me like 10 cents.
What she's from Australia.
Yeah, she wants me to ship it to
That's a
Australia.
That's a long way to go.
I want Jof to hop on the microphone with you too, because you two are going to be working very closely. Jof, I adore you. I met you at Fox 5, and you initially had said, "Look, I'll come. I'll shoot some Instagram things." From there, we've just worked together ever since. You have an incredible eye, and now you're almost a full-time wedding photographer.
That's correct. Yes.
So you've shot hundreds of weddings. Give us like your take. Like, how do you hire a great wedding photographer?
All right. So just like what Pam said, recommendations from family are the go-to.
Key?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the key. However, you have to know your style first. And then once you have your style, for example, like on your wedding day, what are you envisioning? You can already split into half. Like, do you want a darker mood or the brighter mood? So that's
Ooh.
already a 50-50 decision maker.
Wait, now what would a darker mood be?
Like, for example, like the pictures that are darker, like they're moody.
Oh, okay,
Like a lot
okay.
of drama in there. Like if you see my Instagram, I put Joffoto.
Jof Odo.
Joffoto, yes,
Joffoto.
Joffoto. You'll see my after dark. That's pretty much the dark photos. You know?
Okay.
But my photo is like light and airy.
Yes.
So, and that's actually what is current right now. A lot of people, a lot of brides wants those classic photos. They want to, like print them, put them on social media. So that's like the key, the light and airy right now.
My maternity. And they were
Yeah, Jof did Pam's maternity photos, which were amazing. Now, Jof, okay, talk to me about this because hiring the wedding photographer, I think, is one of the biggest things. Those pictures are going to last you a lifetime. Wedding photography in this area, very competitive, very expensive. How far in advance should you book the photographer?
Definitely at least a year, or as soon as you found out that you got engaged, get, that planning right away. I've had some clients or brides that are reaching out to me before they even get engaged.
Wow.
And then once they get engaged, they're like, Jof, I'm finally engaged. Let's talk. And those are like the ideal brides for me too, because they know my style already. They've been following me, so I don't have to sell myself.
Yeah, you now have such a built-in, I feel like, following brand. You've completely branded yourself with this light, this airy look that people are just absolutely coming to you. Now, but here's my thing, because you can find a wedding, when we were doing research, you could find a wedding photographer at all different price ranges,
Correct.
But why is it worth spending upwards of $8,000, on a wedding photographer? Because you can find somebody for $5,000, you can find somebody for $3,000, but you also, when you get into your caliber, you're talking somebody who's a professional, incredible shooter. And obviously that level is a different price point. So why is it important to make that investment?
Correct. So I just wanted to continue the, like when you're hiring a photographer, definitely the style. You want to make sure that you know what's your style.
Yep.
And then secondly will be the budget, how much you are willing to spend. And then after the budget is the photographer that you want to work with, like the personality. So the personality and the style, definitely that's like a big, decision maker, because the photographer will be the person that you're going to be with pretty much the whole entire day of your wedding. So you want to make sure that photographer is, like you have the same personality. You know that they're gonna take care of you the whole time, the whole day. So the only difference is really on the bride side. Like, do you know the photographer? How their caliber? How long they've been working in the industry? Can they take care of you? These are once in a lifetime. So you want to make sure that those photographers that are going to capture your moment are the ones that have been doing it. I mean, you can go to a lower price range. Photographers, go for it. I'm getting those inquiries. Like they said, "Oh yeah, you're so high, we cannot afford you." And then it's like, "Okay, what is your budget?" And then they'll tell me, "All right, I have friends, that I could recommend." Or they're like, "Oh, they're still higher than what we're expecting." And then I would give them advice like, "Hey, I know that you're trying to save money. However, the photography is very important on your wedding day.
Oh my God!
So make sure, I want them as my client. However, if they cannot afford me, I still give them the advice like, yeah, so make sure to find the right one,
And you know what I just adore about you is you make everybody, like obviously Dan, he's not in the public eye. He doesn't do a lot of pictures, but you have a great way about you, which I'm sure you have to deal with a lot of brides and grooms and families, of making people feel relaxed and in the moment, which I think is such a gift, because that's a very difficult thing to do when people are already nervous and then you're trying to capture them in their most beautiful moment.
Thank you. Yes. So that's one of the things that you're paying for is how confident the photographer is and how they would interact with you on the wedding day. So that's part of the package that you're paying. It's not even like the actual, pictures.
Right. That's something. Yeah.
Exactly. You have to be comfortable with your photographer because your photos will turn out great if you have a photographer that has that caliber.
I love that. Pam, did you want to jump in and say?
No, I was saying I agree with the relationship building is so important from the jump because that is part of the service.
Yes.
You're just not paying for the product. It's part of the service. You're traveling with us. So could you imagine not having that relationship with us and taking us on board? You know what I mean? It's really important to really have that.
Talk to us a little bit about mistakes that people make. I love recently there was a article I think in Huffington Post about photographers weighing in on they could sort of sense signs that the couple wasn't going to work out. Okay, if hopefully none of those signs come out at our wedding. Okay, but tell me some mistakes that you see people make. Maybe they don't even know that they're making, whether it comes to makeup and hair or photography.
Of course. I think one of the biggest things is expecting that there's a certain time frame that they're going to be finished the day of. Everything always runs late.
Okay.
So it's always good to have cushion time, start to finish, and make sure that you prep yourself to not be on time. It's just the way it goes. So just be prepared and not be let down. You only have one day to pack all of this stuff in. Mm-hmm. So something, hopefully not everything, will go wrong.
Late.
Yeah.
And go wrong and go later.
And not have that expectation. If it does happen, just relax and take a deep breath. I think it's one of the biggest things I've seen for sure.
Okay, I love that advice. Jof, what do you think? What do you think the biggest mistake is that people make?
So definitely timeline.
Timeline.
Yes. So that's why 2 months out, I sent you that questionnaire and asked you all those questions. What is happening on your wedding day? Even what's the ceremony time and what time is the break, the finish time of the wedding. And so from there, I kind of checked, give you the actual photo timeline and work from there. That's why I send it to you right away so you can review it. Remember, you just emailed me and then Jof, we have changes. So that's 2 months out is just perfect. Because if you're going to change that timeline in a couple of days, it won't work.
Oh. What about most awkward? Without naming names, because this is a very high stress. This day, obviously we're feeling very relaxed about it so far. But I'll be complete bridezilla when we get to Maine. I'll be like, what's going on? More, and I'm already freaking out. I want more flowers. I feel do you think the flowers are worth it? I've sort of blown all my money on everything else, and now I'm sort of a little skimpy on flowers, and I'm having second thoughts. I'm we need another $1,000 for flowers.
Okay, so
What's your recommendation? Tell me.
So my wedding flower friends would say, go for it, right? But then if you are in budget, you can always try to get your bouquet the most beautiful and then save a little bit money from
everybody else.
Like for example, your bridesmaids, they could have little flowers. That's totally fine, but yours has to be like the most beautiful one, because I could use that as a photographer around the whole time to make your wedding like
really
$100,000 versus like $20,000.
Okay, that's an amazing tip, because I was freaking out about our flower budget, because it's it's like $2,500, $3,000. I'm like, that is not enough.
That?
You guys are like, that's enough.
That's
enough.
There's going to be tons of flowers.
That's a lot of flowers. I mean, you got to cut corners where you can.
Right.
I mean, honestly.
Well, you know what's gotten us in trouble is we're doing these centerpieces on the tables, and they're like greenery and a little bit of gold and a little bit of baby's breath in them, and those are pricey. And we have to do 20 because we've got 20 people. We got 160 people. So those are costly. Then the 2 bouquets. Then I wanted these floral hula hoops. But now I'm like,
She went Pinterest happy.
You did. Donut
really
wall,
did.
floral hula
She's
hoops.
coming a week before to install a donut wall.
Exactly.
So I was like, Dan, I want another $1,000. He's like, we don't have any more money. We're down to the pennies. I'm like, okay, well, so I was freaking out. But now it sounds like as long as the bouquet is like great, we can make it work. Because I've also ordered the 4-foot-high Mr. and Mrs. spelled out lawn letters. Then I've got the vintage photo camper booth that the kids can all get in.
Everything.
I mean, I need Pam there all day. I mean, it's just going to be like action. So, okay, so it sounds like I can save money on flowers.
You could, yes. Just make sure, the main thing is your bouquet.
Okay.
And then your sweetheart table.
Yes, she is doing flowers for that.
Definitely sweetheart table, because we're going to have a lot of pictures there.
Okay.
And then for the reception, like the other tables, you don't have to spend too much from there unless you are a very specific, bride that you want everything grand.
I do, but I can't really afford it.
But if you don't have the budget for it, then unfortunately, you have to live the truth.
It's super real. Like, I love Jof.
Jof does keep it so real.
You have to keep it real.
I would say one of the biggest things, though, that now I've become a proponent of is sweetheart table, because they were saying that the sweetheart table takes out the drama of where you're going to sit, who you're going to sit with, who you're going to visit with. And I at first was like, oh, that seems so weird to just single you out and put you in front of everyone. But now I'm very excited. I'm going to lord over everyone.
Well, it is your
my day.
Yeah.
I mean, I am just going to.
So wait, you're not going to walk around and say hi to everybody?
No, come to me.
I think you should walk around and do a mix.
Sarah, I actually highly recommend that.
Really?
They come to you because your backdrop, like you're behind, your backdrop and your pictures will be amazing. Because if you're going to go around with the tables, you're going to see random paper towels and
That's the truth. Yeah, linens
phones,
and kids and all that
food,
stuff.
yes,
Yeah, you're right.
yes.
No, I'm gonna get the what's the box where they drop all the envelopes with money. I'm gonna put that right on the table and then just do the receiving line. Come on up to me.
Yes, and you can always tell a DJ to announce that before.
I'm gonna be on the microphone too. I mean, I
There you
am the
go.
DJ. I mean,
Okay.
I've lost my mind. You guys are going to see another side of me. See, this is like what happened with my mother-in-law. I've gone crazy with this wedding.
Yeah, I mean, we're still planning it, so we're gonna work on those timeline.
Tell me
together.
most awkward experience. You guys have worked dozens and dozens, hundreds of wedding events. Most awkward wedding event moment. Make me feel
so
better
many.
about my life.
I've been anyways, there was this one wedding that I was working, and I was with the bride for the entire day. Like, you're with them for 8 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And I was only supposed to do the bride. I wasn't supposed to do anybody else. I was just going to do her hair and makeup and then leave, right? So I literally finish her entire look, and she hates it. Literally, I mean, we've had a trial, several trials.
No, Pam, you're the best.
You're literally the best of the best.
Best of the best.
Oh,
I mean, you have filled in Steven Tyler's face. I mean, you're amazing. I know you two are friends.
Steven.
I'm just kidding. I love Steven, but I mean,
Yes.
you've worked on incredible famous canvases.
There's something
You're the best
else
of the
that's
best.
happening on her mind. Do you know what I mean? Something else
Yes.
is happening that nothing is going right. So you'll have those people that don't know what they're looking at. And they're just going to be unhappy from the first thing in the morning, and then nothing will go right.
How do you take that? How do you deal with that? Like, you just don't take it personally. You just feel like it's an intense day.
You have to have a buffer. Like, you are the professional the whole time, and you can't like mix any emotion. Like, it's not about your work. You're not there to like fulfill like your own personal like whatever. So you're there for the bride. You're like team bride the whole time. So your job, what they're paying for, is for you to be professional and to give them what they want.
Did you have to start over?
I did. We ran maybe like an hour and a half late, 2 hours late. And that's like a big thing too with photographers, because they're on a timeline. They have to take pictures of the ring and the dress, take pictures of the groom.
You can skip that one. I don't even know if I'll have it.
You'll have, I don't know, like it's missing.
I have a fake one for you if you need it.
Yes,
You do. You gotta bring the fake one. Okay, there's my something borrowed.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
My toenails will be blue. Okay.
Okay.
Most awkward, Jof.
Okay,
Go.
so yeah,
What-
just continuation again with Pam. So definitely, if the timeline's running late, and then I've had clients that they had to redo their makeup, an hour out, 2 hours out. So as a professional, that's the thing that, and again, that the bride is paying for. Like, how is the photographer can handle those moments that unforeseen, because you'll never know on a wedding day what's going to happen.
Wow.
So yeah, as a professional, you gotta just keep moving, and then check the timeline that we prep prior, and then see what's the most important, and then you can always go back to other things later on. But the most important, because you have to have the ceremony on time.
It's really just your insurance policy, that timeline. Because
Yes.
you're sent something to like everybody goes by it, and if you
Yes.
don't go by it, that's like your responsibility.
Jof, worst wedding theme. Like, have you walked in and it's completely been Old Town Road and everyone's like cowboyed up and you're like, what is going on?
So fortunately, I've been lucky in the DMV
Yeah,
area.
your clients are like
yes.
gorgeous.
And I've been told. So
And
so yeah, I
classy.
haven't had anything like that. However, I had the worst experience where a bride gets mad at one of the bridesmaids during the photo shoot and was cursing, not even just like yes, and like, I don't want you in here kind of thing. So as a photographer, as a professional, that's one of the things that I have to, keep things settled. So I had to step up and make things better. So this bride particularly, I made her like a name, like such as pose or smile. Let's say Jane Smile. So from there, everything just changed. Just one word or two words.
So you kind of like
Jane
took
Smile.
you took the
Yeah, you were
situation, you just improvised,
Yes.
you did like a Jane Smile thing, and then
Yep.
she kind of got into
Change
it
it,
and
yes.
changed the whole
Yeah,
mode.
you're like a psychologist as a photographer. You're like,
Yeah, you
I'm
guys are
everything.
therapists too. Oh
I
yeah, well
become
Pam is my
even
therapist.
Pam
We get
too,
together.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh please.
Yeah, it could be. I
Pam's
could be
like, girl, you
everything.
got to do this and this, and I'm like,
Yep.
do. I'm like,
You are literally the hype man.
Oh wait, get right on the
right on that mic, Pam.
Oh, sorry.
You two are the hype people.
We're the hype man for the day. Like, we are there to truly, like, just not everybody. Just make sure that everyone's in a good vibe, good energy.
Oh my God. My family, though, is going to be the most drunken mess. They are so ready to turn up. They are going to be having, like, we ought to give out jewels as party favors. I mean, they're going to be crazy. It's going to be like a scene, I feel like.
Oh my
Are you
gosh.
two ready? I feel like you've done
Yes.
classy events. This could be a hoedown. I mean, it could be like,
I've seen it all, Sarah.
main
so
hoedown.
we got you.
I mean, okay, good.
We're ready for the lit.
Oh my God. Okay, look, you two are unbelievable. I cannot recommend these two people. I mean, I can't even give them enough stars. Like, is there like 1,000-star review? I would give them both 1,000 stars. You guys are genuinely amazing human beings. These two are both worked so hard. I love Jof's story. Jof, you came over here. How old were you?
18.
18. You had like $5 in your pocket.
That's correct. Yes.
You literally and worked your way up. You are the American dream. I mean, you have the most, that's a whole nother day of just how you have done it and not gotten down and depressed.
Correct,
I mean, maybe
yes.
you are down and depressed. I don't know, but you fake it well.
I mean, I can.
You have those
I'm a
moments.
psychologist myself, so I can switch my face in a second. So
You are unbelievable. Please tell everybody, of course, you need to call them and book them way in advance, whether it's a bridal shower that you want them to film engagement pictures. Pam does, of course, makeup not only for just weddings, but if you've got a corporate event, a speaking event, you want a night out, but they book so quick. So please tell everybody where they can follow and find you.
So you guys can book the makeup services directly on my website, pamdioquino.com, and then you can look at all the portfolio and work like that on the website as well.
Perfect. Oh my God, I love it. And it's Makeup by Pam.
Makeup by Pam on Instagram.
And Hair by Pam.
And Hair by Pam.
Follow both accounts. Okay, Jof.
All right. For me, it's joffoto.com. That is JOFFOTO.com. And you can follow me on Instagram at Joffoto. And if you just go to Sarah's page, you'll see my pictures there. So just follow me. And yes, the website, you can submit your inquiries there. Direct message me. I'm fine with that too. Email me, it's fine. But all my informations are on social media.
Oh my God. I mean, I know you guys are so booked already. So people need to get on this ASAP if you think you're getting married 2020, 2021. Absolutely. I mean, with or without the fiance, just go and see them. Like, I mean,
I agree with that. Like, just start stalking your, photographer, your makeup artist. You have to make sure, like, which one is the most important to you on your wedding day. So if a videographer is the most important, then
boom,
definitely save money for that videographer, because that's the one that you wanted to see every time, after your marriage. That's going to be the thing that you want to keep looking at, those videos.
Over and over.
Correct. And definitely makeup artists, because you don't want to look like...
Oh, yeah,
Someone
exactly. You spend all that money on a beautiful photographer, videographer. You want your makeup to just pop. And I do, personally, I just don't know how people come to see someone like Pam that's so talented and then go, oh, I want to look natural. Like, to hell with that. Like, okay, we're doing fake lashes on my mom.
I know. You're like, I don't understand the no makeup. Like, you are not on that
I cannot
boat.
even. First of all, my niece is like ready to get all out glammed.
I know. I'm
my
so excited to
sister-in-law,
say shout out to Kimber.
Kimber is so ready. Her nails are like so long. She is so ready.
Did she figure out what she's going to wear? Like what dress?
We figured out the dress.
Okay.
We're going with the blue kind of gold bedazzled. It's not our favorite, but I think we've tied it in.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you
that
the
was
men's
my favorite.
Suits. It's going to look amazing.
I can't wait to see Dan.
My sister-in-law loves to get glam, so she's all in. My mom is all in. Now, I think my mother-in-law is now coming all in. So, like, my mom wants fake lashes. She wants her face taped up. Like,
Yes, Mama Frase.
Mama Frase is going all out. We're like overdrawing those lips. I want blowjob lips on her. Like, I want boom, boom, boom on Mama Frase. Mama Frase
tell her you said that.
She is living the best. Oh, don't worry. She'll have the rosé going at 5 a.m. She's living her grandest of all lives. Let me tell you.
She kills me. She's so adorable. Like, she just doesn't know.
Is living for this day. She can't wait for everyone to come there. She wants it to be a sleepover at her house. I'm like, Mom, everyone's got a hotel. They're not coming out to sleep. But your brother's got the dome. Everybody can stay out here. I'm like, Mom, people aren't going to, like, she wants everyone to tent out. That's what she wanted me to offer everybody. Oh, well, tell them they could tent out on our lawn. Mom, these people are coming from D.C. It's called a hotel. They don't want to tent out on your lawn. Like, she's crazy.
Is like where she lives pretty central? Or are there like hotels around her house?
Oh, girl, you're going to be way the fuck out in the sticks. There is like one yellow line between them, and you better stay on your side. And now we're surrounded by Amish. So when you're driving out at 5 a.m., the Amish will be out there with their electric lights and that 4-horse carriage.
So we can hitch a ride with them, because I was wondering how many get from one place to the
There's
other.
no
There's
Uber.
like no Uber.
That's the Uber.
Actually, we should have lined up the Amish. Yeah.
Should be like, hey,
You'll be there in the next
we'll
day.
pay you some oxys. Can you help us get...
Great. Yeah, they'd love that.
I'm totally joking.
I want you guys to all weigh in really quick. We had a listener write to us. You guys heard the premise of this. Pineapple Mail, we do it every Monday. You can always email me, Sarah@heyfrase.com, or DM us at HeyFrase on Instagram. Any question, we take them all. So this woman writes, she was married and divorced a couple of years ago, kept her husband's last name, went on to build a very successful business with that last name. Fast forward to today, he is getting remarried. The fiance has requested that he reach out to her and get rid of that. She dropped the last name. She wants to know what to do. She feels like, I've built my business on this. I understand that they're moving on, but what do I do? Because I would have to rebrand and start over if I got rid of the name. What do you guys think?
I say keep it.
Yeah, I agree.
Keep it?
I would keep it. I mean, there's so much paperwork, especially if you own a business. I mean, you're known for that name.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, would you have? I mean,
See, I'm not going to take Raven. I'm not.
You're
because
keeping your name, right?
Like our kids will have Raven, of course. But yeah, I've built this brand on like everybody knows me as Sarah Fraser. I can't like change that.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
No, I mean, like everything is with my, my married name, Dioquino, like my website, my business cards. I mean, that's just a lot of things that I would have to change.
Like you changed over.
I did.
Yeah,
I
you
did. But I
You
wasn't anybody when,
Now it's all coming together.
Now it's like together. So
Yeah.
we got to keep it. Hopefully, Adele won't leave me.
See, well, we're keeping the last name now. We built the brand on it.
Sorry.
I actually was the opposite, though. I felt like, you know what? How liberating for her. She might go on and get remarried. Why keep his last name? Because you don't have kids together. I kind of felt like I would take the opportunity now and rebrand myself. I mean, because people already know who you are. And people do change their names
Or
all the
just
time.
use her first name, like no last name.
See, and she says that
And
she
be like
is.
Madonna.
I would get rid of, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Unless her name is basic. Then it's like, okay.
Oh, Rachel.
Right.
Oh, Rachel.
Like Rachel who? Just Rachel.
That's
Just Rachel.
I kind of would get rid of it because why keep it? You know what I mean? I know you've built this business, but and it will take some people a little bit of time to readjust, but it's almost like you've got to rip the Band-Aid off. You don't have kids. And I can see as the other woman, I'd sort of be like, well, you guys have been divorced for 3 years. Like, why does she still have your name?
Because she built the business on it. I don't know. I say if it's just the new wife that's kind of hating on you, well, sorry. I got to him first.
Right.
Interesting. All right. Well, you know what? I mean, we have resolved nothing for you, basically.
It's 50-50.
Okay, if you really
50-50.
care, if you care about his
yes.
new wife's opinion, then you can change it. But if you're really not close with her,
I
it
know.
doesn't
Right.
matter to
Doesn't
her.
matter.
How
Or
long
him.
has her business been in operation?
It sounds like 3 years.
Okay, so like the
she-
whole time they were married.
Yeah. Well, and even her business got ramped up after they got divorced. She was like building her business.
But then you got to keep it. She's already got so much press around it.
I think
You
it's
got to do what you got to do.
it's 3 votes keep, 1 vote ditch.
And of course, the last name, if that's known, why would you change it back? If you have the last name that is known already, and that's what people trust already because of that last name,
That's true.
It's like a name brand.
it's a name brand. Yeah, it's a brand. It's your brand.
Oh, it's a tough one, guys. All right, look. 3-1.
Sorry.
3-1. Sounds like keep it.
Sorry.
You got to keep it.
Pam and Jof, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you for
on the Hey
having
Frase
us.
Show. You guys, we love you. We'll see you on Wednesday. It is countdown time to the wedding, August 10th. We are like 3 weeks away. It's bananas. Everybody is coming to Maine. AJ will be there.
Yes.
Jof,
Oh, AJ.
Pam.
I'll be there.
It's going to be
Yes.
I'm very
unreal.
excited.
We're going to get drinks together, girl.
Oh,
Definitely. You have no worries with that. I am.
She'll be ahead of the jewel bar. She'll be like, ding, ding, ding. Yeah, I mean, please. She'll be like refills. She'll have it all.
I'll just open up
Yes.
my.
I got one
my
more
show.
thing. You asked me about what's my, what I'm looking forward in Maine.
Yes.
Yes. So my main thing.
Main thing.
Yes, it's for you and Dan, to get married. I want to see that.
Oh my
Me too.
God.
Sweet as Jof.
I'm so
So sweet.
excited. I'm going to be like so emotional. Oh my gosh.
The vow.
And then, do you think you're going to cry?
Yes, the whole time I love Schman so much. And it's like, it's taken me so long to
know.
get to a point where I actually have let myself like be in love with him and, learn from this and, grow and
You've
not
come
want
a
to,
long way.
yeah, not want to like blow everything up. Minus like getting drunk in front of my mother-in-law, so I'm learning to like not landmine myself. So I'm excited for this day.
Yeah, off the record though, I've been working with you and Jan for a while now. You two are the sweetest couple that I know off camera, on camera. So it's not just a show.
Oh my God. Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's not pretend.
It's not. I mean, there are some pictures that we've done that we're just eating. And, Dan, you just like wipe your mouth and,
I loved our engagement pictures. I'm going to post a bunch more over these next 3 weeks because like Schman and I were like making out in front of you and you were just like, okay, you guys, all the good, all the bad in your relationship. We were like, hold on, Job. And we were just like on each other. They were hot. I could feel the sex. I was loving it.
Yeah, Dan looked so good. I love his outfits.
Isn't
Yes.
the come up
He was
Amazing.
amazing.
AJ and I talk about the come up all
Colors,
the time.
everything.
Yes.
It was
Come
so
up.
cute.
He's gotten younger. If you guys need to see his pictures when he was like in his mid 30s, he looks like he was like 60, and now he actually looks like he's 30.
He's
like
like
the come up
wine.
is real. He's like wine.
Oh my God.
Ages
you know what?
with.
We've had such a fun show. We never even read your commercials. You got to read 2 commercials.
I'll read it in the beginning. I thought maybe just like put it in the beginning.
We'll add them to the beginning for all of
Exactly.
our downloaders. Okay, boom. See, we're so off track.
yes.
We had such a good show.
Hot
Yes.
Mess Express. We're rebranding. We're rebranding our show. You guys, we love you so much. Thank you for being.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
We'll
Thank
see you
you.
on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.
Bye guys. No music. I know. No
Yes.
music this
Well,
time.
You guys are literally like,
add it in.
Bounce it out, bounce it out.
We'll
And
add it in.
NBC tomorrow, 10 p.m. If you guys can catch it, I'll be on.
Shout
Small
out.
reminder.
Bring
Yes,
the funny.
AJ.
AJ is on.